if you are running your own Linux server, then there will be a point when you will have to deal with services. Now, what are services? Services are nothing but some running applications that are always running in the background. Now, if you're talking about, let us say, running your own web server, you would need at least a server like Apache. If you are running, let us say, a Drupal site or any site with some backend, then you would also need MySQL, PHP. So these services, so need to be run. These need to be running always. And when you're talking about servers, servers can restart. Now, you can always run an application in the background, but you also want some ability on your server so that whenever there is a server restart, at least those services are also started automatically. Now, it can happen that when you are installing a new application, it might also install it as a service, but not always. And you need to basically take care of this. So today I want to talk about Systemctl. Now, if you type in Systemctl, and right now I'm using CentOS, so this will probably work on Red Hat or maybe on Fedora. So if you type in Systemctl and if you press enter, you can take a look at all these services or different things running right now, but we just want to focus on, let us say, a specific service. So let us say if I want to know if I just want to know about, let us say, HTTP or HTTPD. I can search for it and I can see here that it is showing me this entry that it is active and running. And I can do a bit more. I can type here systemctl status HTTP D, and it will of course tell me all the details about the service. Now I can do the same thing for maybe MySQL, and I can maybe take a look at my MySQL status. So if you're dealing with web servers, it is MySQL D. So this is running. So if you're dealing with, let us say, a LAMP setup, you would need Apache, PHP, MySQL. If you're talking about, let us say, WordPress or Drupal, but you get the idea. It is all about making sure that you have that particular application running, but it will also run whenever you are restarting that particular server. Now, you can always do something like this. You can always do uh, things like enable. So let us enable or disable. It is already enabled. Let me just disable it. So if I disable my MySQL D, it will basically ask me for my password, which I don't really want to do right now because I don't really remember the password. Uh, but you can always disable and enable. Now, when you are disabling or when you are enabling a specific service, you basically are creating a symlink. So let me show you a directory here. So this directory, which is in etc systemd, uh, there is basically a directory where you can find these services that will auto run when you restart your service. So when you disable a service, this symlink will be removed, and when you enable a service, a symlink will be added in this particular folder. Um, and it is quite simple, but very useful thing that you can do with your server in case you want those services to be auto running. Usually, when you're hosting your sites on a server, nowadays servers don't really, I mean, most of the hosting providers, they give you this 99.99% uptime, but from time to time they have to, let us say, update something, install a patch, migrate their server. So there will be a restart, there will be a reboot of the server, and if that happens, you don't have to worry about manually starting the service by logging onto the server. And if you have enabled these services to start automatically, if you're running a website or maybe any application that is serving users, I'm talking about a website because the website is a simple example, but that website will have minimum downtime. And this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.